This is the secret boss of the Grasslands, and I'm going to be showing you how to unlock this boss as soon as possible in the early game so that you can farm it and power level your way up into the 20s as fast and early as possible. Let's get into it. So in order to get this started, the first thing you're going to need to have done is the Chocobo questline completely. That means going through the main story in the Chocobo Ranch over here and finishing up Charlie's tower there. So you should be able to be done with all that, finish the little race Charlie has, and once you have your Chocobo, you should be able to fast travel in your game. That's where this is going to start. So make sure you have all that done beforehand. When you are done with all that, the first place you have to go to is going to be all the way down at this abandoned dock. So what you want to do is just fast travel to that location because you have it pretty much unlocked at this point. And when you're here, go ahead and call your Chocobo. Hop onto it, and we're going to make our way to our first location because we're going to need some prerequisites before we unlock the secret boss of the Grasslands. Of course, it's not going to be that easy just to have him show up. So you're going to go ahead and make your way through the swamp. Continue just going straight here. Remember not to go too far north, otherwise you're going to trigger the main story boss fight. So we're just going to use these pillars and ruins and stuff like that over here as our indicator. So we're going to make our way towards this over here and try not to get lost. Just follow me. It's pretty simple. And when you see that opening right over here like that, turn right. This is your little landmass. It's going to be easy for you to obtain. Boom. And you're going to make your way just like this. Straight through, run past these trees, follow this land around the swamp. And then what you'll be able to see is this entire little facility here and a staircase. So you should be located on the map about here at this point. Now you can hop off your Chocobo here because sometimes it's difficult to navigate around the stairs, and just go ahead and climb up here like this. And when you're at the top, you'll start to see this red owl, red bird. It'll be a cache location here if you want to go clear that up, get some Moogle medals, but we're focusing on this part, so we're going to follow this owl up. It just spams that you need to go in this direction. Continue walking around here. Take a sharp left. There is a treasure chest, so you can grab that if you would like. And we're going to then just drop down over here and come across our first Expedition Intel 3, the Morris Lifespring, which Charlie will pop up and have some dialogue with you, but I'll skip that and you can watch that for yourself. So we're going to hop down, pick up all these items here because you always want to pick up materials when you see them. That just should be a habit for you in this game. And approach this and do the simple stuff here. You just have to hit the triangle button on your PS5 controller right when it's time to select it when you're hovering over. So pretty simple stuff, just quick timing. And boom, you're done with the first Expedition Intel. After you're done analyzing this Lifespring, go ahead and open up your map, and you're going to bring your marker all the way to the start of this Grasslands area, which is going to be Calm the Air Raid Shelter. So just make your way over to that, fast travel there. It's pretty simple. Hop on your Chocobo, call it over, and you're going to be hugging the right side of this entire area. So head down here, the main pathway, but stick towards the right side. It's going to be really important to follow the right pathway, kind of follow the right. You can see a piping over here. You can see a little water stream here. Go on that. Then you're going to make your way just like this, turn like that, and then you're going to come across this little hill over here. You'll have an indicator that you can climb down here. It should show up on your map for you. So just go ahead and do that. Now, what you want to do is, if you want to avoid doing a fiend intel, you want to make sure to stay close to the wall and not run towards the center here because that will trigger a cutscene with my showing up. If you want to run that while you're on your pathway there, go ahead and do it. Might as well do it if you're gaming. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do this and then hug tight on the wall so I don't trigger it. So as you go and stay to the right side, which is pretty much the area, there you go. There's our little owl or bird hanging around over here. You'll get the Expedition Intel 4 notification, and you'll see all these items on the floor, which basically tells you you're at your next site. So go ahead, pick up your items here. Always pick up your items. It's always a habit you gotta have. And then go ahead and analyze this Lifespring. Now, when you're done with this part, Charlie will pretty much just pop up and start talking to you and talk about a transmuter chip. This, by the way, will happen after you complete 2 crystals. This will always happen after 2 mana springs. You'll get an excavation mark on your map right here. So the excavation site will show up. It'll be indicated by the digging icon here. Now, it's optional if you want to do that right now. It's not necessary to unlock the boss, but you can choose to do that if you want. After this, I'm going to go hop on my chocobo from this life crystal, or this mana spring, and I'm going to go stick to the right behind it. So that's where it was, just for location's sake. And I'm just going to stick to the right side over here and drop down, and we're going to be entering this area over here, which is going to look completely different. And this is what your map should look like. You should be entering the drier area. Now, as soon as you're here, you want to make sure to go ahead and cut left and not go straight. Turn right over here, and you should be able to find yourself a chocobo pit stop here. If you haven't, go ahead and just pick that up so you have this as a fast travel point. Now, from this chocobo pit stop, you're gonna go ahead and face directly this way from it, which is the south direction, and make your way up right over here, just like this. You'll see little rocks over here, and then you'll see that bird. There it is. It popped up right from there. And you're gonna, oop, I'm just going the opposite way here. The bird's telling me to go this way. Make sure to go this way. Turn left as you get up there. Yep, just follow that bird. If you ever get lost, that bird is your indicator. And this bird is flying towards our location. We're going to be landing at our 3rd expedition intel, which is right over here, and the bird's going to circle it. Again, pick up all your items that you see over here, just so you can craft and transmute things later, and activate this one. And just like that, you've now finished your 3rd crystal, and this will give you more region intel on your map. Nothing crazy happens here. We're going to go to one more, which is pretty close by, so this is like a nice little pathway to go bam, 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 and finish up a couple of them. Now, all you have to do is go ahead and go back to your chocobo pit stop, just like that, because you just did that before we went to our crystal site. And then you're going to just follow down this road over here. So you're going to continue going down this road here. You're going to see a tower in the distance. You can feel free to do that tower if you want. And once you get close enough toward that area, we're going to then just kind of go up over here. There's a little road here. We're going to follow this road up here, just like this. You see a pillar here. We're just going to cut in. Oh, look at that. A bird showed up. And the bird is going up there. So let's make our way around here to follow where that bird is. Just like this. And that bird is going in this direction. It's telling us exactly where to go. And you can see where I am on the map right here. So it's that simple to get to this next location. This is Expedition Intel 6. But this is going to be your 4th one that you're doing in order to unlock the boss. So we're just going to go ahead, hop off our chocobo, and access this one. Now, when you're done with this specific life spring, you're then going to get a notification from Chadley popping up on your indicator here, talking about a very intriguing site, the rare bird. And pretty much what's going to happen is, on your map, you're going to get this location that shows up. So it's going to look like this with 2 swords crossed over, and that's the secret location. Now, I have to admit, I kind of tricked you into doing the harder ones on the map, so now you've completed all the hard life springs. You can actually do any 4 life springs in order to unlock the boss. Any 2 you do in any particular order will always unlock this excavation site, which is going to be used for your transmutation. And if you do 4, no matter where you do them, you can do the boss. I just wanted to get the hard ones out the way for you, but feel free to do any single one. Now, the reason why I chose this order is because it's very convenient, because you finish up this life crystal, and as soon as you turn around and walk backwards on your chocobo, guess what? We're going to make a right turn, and guess where we are? Exactly where we need to be for the classified intel, which will show up right on the map. So it's right there. You just did everything, and here's where the secret boss is going to be. Mai's going to talk about the secret boss, and we want to be careful about engaging it, stuff like that. Now, you won't see the enemy immediately right away in the area. As you look around, it's just an open area. It screams, hey, we're going to have a boss fight over here. And to engage the enemy, you actually just have to hold down the triangle button. Now, just before we move into battle, I wanted to point out that my entire party is level 15. And this boss fight's required level is 22, and it's absolutely doable with a level 15 party. Now, to show you my simple build that I rock for everyone, for Cloud, I have the Sleek Saber, which is a special weapon of his that you get, as well as the base stuff for accessories. For materia, I have a fire and ice materia attached, so we can use the ice materia during the fight. I also have Titan attached. Titan gives a little bit of boost for Cloud in his stats, but pretty much that's all I have here for Cloud, and I have a weapon ability ATB recovery. For Barret, I'm going to have Barret's new weapon, the high caliber rifle, which is going to come with bonus round when I'm battling. I also added the Crescent Moon Charm onto Barret, which is going to reduce damage taken on Barret, just something to make him a little more tanky. For the materia on Barret, I have HP up materia, which is going to allow Barret to be more tanky, as well as the auto unique ability materia, which will allow Barret to use his unique ability without me having to control it and manually do it. So it's going to help stagger the enemy quite a bit. And the staggering charge, which recharges the overcharge upon staggering a foe, which is awesome. So we can do a lot of output damage. Now for Aerith, we have the Timeless Rod, which is another weapon that has the skill that freezes enemies and puts them on a stop when they try to come and attack you, which is great in case you have to cast with her. But more importantly, the materia that's going to be important here is the healing materia attached to the auto cast materia. That way, when you're low, Aerith will automatically heal you during the fight. I've also attached an ice materia so she can cast ice spells, and we've added the Shiva materia so we can summon Shiva during the fight because it deals ice damage, and our enemy is going to be extremely weak to ice damage, as you can see. Now, if you're curious about getting any of these weapons and cool materia, I have an entire video for that, but you can check that out after this one because we have to call the boss and show you what you can do. By the way, when the boss is enabled and is running at you, there's a lot more that we're going to do that I'm going to cover after this fight, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to get done. And I just took a hit talking to you guys. So let me go ahead and start this fight. So the first thing you want to do is get Cloud's ATB up. That way you can go ahead and assess, right? That's the most important thing you want to do. Assessing will give us the exact hint by looking at the weakness, showing that it is ice in the top right corner. And if you read the yellow text, very important, it says inflicting enough damage by exploiting its elemental weakness will pressure it. Each time it moves between the air and ground, it will unleash a powerful attack. So you want to make sure to hit it with ice attacks, hence why we do this. So let's go ahead and start using some ice attacks on here while building these charges. We use Aerith here, and we're going to go for a Blizzard. There we go, and there's the pressure right there, and then we can follow up with Cloud going in while the pressure is happening. It'll build up faster. We can probably go with another Blizzard here. And it's staggered, and this is where you can start doing a lot of damage on your own. As you can see, the summon bar is also building, so just go ahead, do as much damage as you can to the enemy at this point every time it's staggered, and you're just going to lower it down. So basically, when it gets back up, you're going to keep casting ice on it over and over again, get that pressure up, and then go ahead, stagger it, and then just wail your damage completely, and you should be good. When you have your summon bar built up, this is where you can call in Shiva because it does ice damage, and having Shiva out during this fight is going to make it a lot easier to hit since Blizzard pretty much has to land and this boss can run around and dodge it. So this is going to be great to non-stop put pressure on this monster. So I love it. This is the fun part here. So using your ATB bars, you can then use summon abilities and just keep going. You could just Heavenly Strike's going to come there and it hits its weakness and the pressure kicked in. Cloud can go ahead and we can do another summon ability. Just keep hitting with summon abilities. It's amazing. The weakness gets built up. Feel free to throw in your own blizzards. And then you can constantly just keep bringing it down over and over again at this point. Okay, and here comes the big attack. This big attack can possibly fully pressure it or stagger it. And you can see after we defeat it that we have jumped from level 15 to level 17. So that's a huge jump. We just got 10 SP. We completely cleared this out. Now, the important thing after you finish this boss is that you can actually farm the boss. And something that you might want to turn off in your settings, which is going to be really annoying during this, is having my pop up over and over again telling you what you're doing. So what I like to do is go to system, you're going to go to options, and then you're going to go to your gameplay, and you're going to make sure that you turn this off. So that way my doesn't keep coming back over and over to tell us the exact same thing when we do it. At this point, you can go ahead and just engage the enemy again. It'll show up and you can farm this over and over. When you beat it the second time, you're going to go from 17 to 18. When you beat it the third time, you're going to go from 18 to 19. When you beat it the fourth time, you're going to go from 19 to 20. And when you beat it the fifth and the sixth time, you're then going to go to level 21. Another pro tip while you are farming the secret boss is to go ahead and rest in between so you can get your MP back and your HP back. In order to do this, you can either go to the Chocobo stop and rest there, or you can fast travel all the way back to Calm, head to an inn, and then you can fast travel right back to where the boss is. And that's how you do it, everyone. So make sure to go ahead and check out this video on the screen somewhere to see the other things you can do in this game.